Hey everyone. We are back here live at the Women into Networking WIN Concepts. We're doing the garden party. We have LaShana West, who is another speaker. And you guys have already met two of our speakers that are coming, and you see how amazing this event is going to be, from how they're going to teach us how to grow our food, grow our ideas, get very healthy in nature, and just invest in ourselves. I have LaShana West, who has been a corporate sponsor for Women into Networking WIN for like 3 years now? It's been a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
And LaShana, I want you, well, she's going to reintroduce herself to everyone, and then we're going to talk about what she's going to bring to the garden party. This is an exclusive event that we're bringing to the community that's going to allow us to really have intimate space of networking. We're going to be able to connect, and also we're going to grow our ideas and our food from seed to success. LaShana, please introduce yourself, and then we'll get into the conversation.
Sure. First of all, I love the theme from seed to success. I'm all about success. We actually just had a March into Success summit a couple weeks ago. And I think the month of March is just like this different kind of energy. And I was sharing this last week. January, we're trying to get our breath from the past year with all the things. February, we're just now getting in the thick of things. And then March, it's like really unearthing the elevated version of ourselves. And that's what I'm going to be focused on. If you don't know me, I'm a business therapist, a mindset coach. So think mind, body, spirit, a holistic approach to business. And what I found is that we're all healing while building. Whether you're new, emerging, seasoned vet, retired, and coming back on the scene with a new product, service, or book, whatever it is, we are all healing while building. And so I love the concept, garden party, seed to success. And I'm super excited to connect with you all.
Thank you, LaShana. So good to reintroduce you and just give everyone that, fresh approach to who you are. And you do a lot, because I bought some lashes at that March into Success event, y'all. So just saying, got some lashes. But I love how you are so creative and you're just so upfront in yourself. And I think that's so important, especially in this time, in this day. So let's first of all ask a question about why. Like, why did you even start this brand? Like, what made you want to pop up and create and build community with healing while building?
Yeah, honestly, it all started with my background. I am a therapist by trade. So I have a master's in clinical counseling. I have done formal therapy, group therapy, ran programs from crisis stabilization when youth are, suicidal, to working with families in their home. You name it, I've done it. And what I've learned with that spectrum of support, there's a whole nother spectrum in regards to entrepreneurship of people growing their business, putting themselves out there, but it connects because a lot of it stems from unresolved junk that has happened in the past. And if I make a correlation, when you plant a seed in good ground and you nurture it, you water it, it will flourish and sprout. If you put a seed in cracked ground, in disorganized ground, in dry ground, and you just forget about it and you neglect it, it won't grow. And even if it does grow, it won't grow the way you want it to, at the rate that you want it to. And so I got into the field because traditionally, go to school, get a good job, get the 401k, get the pension, retire was everything that my family would preach. And then I got exposed to something more deeper, more impact, and ultimately more income after I moved to Atlanta. And the sky has been the limit, to where anytime I get an idea, I am making it the seed. I'm sprouting it. I'm watering it. And I don't worry about, is this going to grow? Is anybody going to come and be interested? I don't focus on that, because to me, that's a distraction and that's scarcity mindset. And it's never failed me wrong. Whether one person showed up, 0, 500, 50, I don't focus on quantity. I focus on quality.
I love that. And I've heard you say so much, it's not really about essentially that end result, because you're always essentially healing. So
Yeah.
you always need to get support and along your journey. So I love hearing about the background. And I heard you talk about unresolved junk. I don't even want to go that deep, but
That's why I didn't say the T word. I'm like, it's a Thursday. Yeah, junk, fill in the blank. Because to be honest with you, it's not always trauma. It could be some little small things that could potentially turn into a long-term thing. It's not always that. And I'm really big about catching things while it's small, which is what we call the principle of immediacy. For example, if you have a team and Sally's doing something and you know you want to correct it, but you just say, nah, it'll be fine. And then next week she does it again. And then months later, she's continuing to do it. You didn't address it while it was small. Now it's grown and now it's not even manageable. So I'm all about catching things while it's small to alleviate it turning into a bigger piece of junk, if you may.
I love how you put things. I do. I really do. Like a bunch of questions always come to mind with you, but I want to ask like something very specific about what makes you different from other people who are in the field, who are working with people in their minds.
Yeah, that's a great question. And
Yeah.
it's so funny. Just so you know, I'm not lying. An hour ago, I posted on Facebook, and the question is, "How are you different?" Swear to God, run and tell that. Go look. So, what makes me different? Number one, I think we are all different because of our story. If we're able to dissect, conceptualize, and leverage it, right? Number one, I'm different because of my story, my background. I grew up in a dysfunctional upbringing, resiliency. Literally, I'm the poster child for that. And so when I talk about things, it's not because I learned it in a book or it's manifestation or, this is what I believe. No, this is what I've actually walked through. Secondly, I have a mental health background, very, very, very extensive. And so not only did I go to college in regards to mental health, I've worked in every continuum of care. If you've ever been in the mental health field, when I say continuum, y'all know what I mean. I'm talking about lower level, from parents who are struggling with their kids' behavior to higher level of kids being taken out of the home, being placed in residential, and I'm supporting the kids in residential and then helping bridge the gap for them to come home, right? And so most people, and this is no shade to life coaches or mindset coaches, when they say, "Oh, I'm a mindset coach, let me help with your mindset," it's more so vague and more so simplistic. So think of a specialist and a generalist. If I break my arm, I'm not going to the PCP. I'm going to have to go to a specialist, orthopedic, I don't know what their name is, but it's almost like putting a band-aid on something to get people by versus doing the surgery to rewire and reconstruct so they can be anew.
That's really deep because you do put a lot of context to it, and I know that there are so many differences, and for me, the mind is the most powerful tool outside of the
Yeah.
heart. Like that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for sharing that.
No
And
problem.
I also want to go into a few other things that came up too. So that was one thing. It was something else that popped up and I didn't write it down. Y'all know how I am. If I didn't write it down, it's gonna slip out. But I've been to a lot of your events and I've seen you do a lot, and for some people it can look like she be doing like I can't do that. I want to talk about that too because I believe that you can do whatever you put your mind to. I believe it does take growth and understanding and knowing how to do that. So being connected to people like you get that energy, girl, and it's like, okay, I'm inspired now. Let me do that. But what are some of the challenges that you face? Like, what do you and like experience, say, in your business and
Yeah.
in your personal life, and what do you do to overcome them?
Great question. So that's 3-part. The first piece is your great. Yeah, I know it's being a little facetious, but yeah, my ADHD is like. So the first part is your greatest strength is your biggest weakness. So with me doing a lot, I have so many ideas. I have so many people pulling at me. I have so many opportunities that if I say yes to everything, LaShana is not going to be able to breathe, be served, and that will cause burnout, right? So I have to get into prioritization and also intentionality to decide what it is that I want to do. For example, I was like, oh, I want to do a challenge. It's going to be this, this, and this. And then I had to remember, LaShana, you are actually launching this in partnership with such and such. That's priority. The challenge can wait. And there's other variables that I look at, whether it is impact, whether it's the income coming in, things of that nature. So that decision making for me is ongoing. And I'm a solopreneur. I don't have a team. I don't have a board of trustees. It's just me right now. And that can be a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because I don't have to check in with anyone. And I never have to check in, but sometimes when you got teams and stuff, you're bouncing stuff around. That's positive because you get other people's opinion and ultimately you're the decision maker. But also that can cause delay. Because if Keisha, and I always use the name Keisha, don't ask me why. If Keisha has the mentality of, well, let's think about this, well, let's process this, well, let's collect the data, I'm waiting on all that to happen before I make a move. That never happens with me because I have the thought, make the move, right? That doesn't mean it's always a right move because sometimes things can be busy work too. I don't believe in that concept because I believe that everything that I do, it happens for a reason. There's intention behind it. But right now I realize I don't have a day off. I'm talking about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If y'all know that song, if y'all don't know that song, go Google it. Okay, I'm 42. My mama's 60 something. That's what they was listening to, cleaning up in the kitchen, sweeping the floors. And that's the problem. How can I teach my clients? I actually call them accountability partners in crime. Make time for yourself. Go ground. Go decompress. Just be. And I'm not just being. Playing devil's advocate, though, I do make pockets of time for me. But my goal is to have a true day off where I'm not serving, sharing, creating at all. I deserve that. And when my husband comes, he's going to want that too. So I have to, and look, I ain't got no boyfriend, but we speaking into existence, right? So I have to create that now so it's not being reactive and running around trying to figure out how to create the schedule or the lifestyle that I want. And this is the thing, it's not a problem until it's a problem. I don't want to wait until it's a problem. I want to address it now. Remember, we talked about that principle of immediacy, right? So that's something that I'm clearly working through on my own. And all I got to do is do it. So instead of plugging my calendar in the blank spots, no. I actually had to tell someone that I know, oh, Sundays, I didn't say they are sacred, but I said I don't work on Sunday. And then I went back and I said, hold up, because I want to be I want to be honest with my words. And then I thought about it and I said, well, let's just say I set boundaries the best that I can, which I do. Because if there's an opportunity that I'm not going to pass on, I'm working, right? So I just wanted to be honest about that. I don't know if that answered all three of your questions. Did it?
Girl, that gave a lot. Like, I think that was so much me. I appreciate it. And yeah, I know. I listen the way my brain works, okay? Because the ADD be ADD. So here's what I do want to ask, because I love what you said about all I got to do is do it. I feel like somebody needs to put that on a t-shirt. You have, I mean, you have overcome challenges and you work through things and you're so honest, like, about what your journey is like. And you also just manifested your husband, honey. So somebody just go ahead out there. Put him put out there. I was going to ask this anyway, so let's just slide into it, because we're going to talk about some things you're going to bring to the garden party. So people who are going to be there, they're going to be able to meet you in person, connect with you, vibe with you. And y'all listen, LaShana brings the party. Like, she always brings music and sound, and I just love her vibe. So I can't wait for them. You're welcome. I can't wait for them to be able to really experience you. So what is the future for LaShana West? We heard you're going to have your husband, and you're looking for the
Girl,
freedom
why are you
lifestyle.
asking me this question? I'm like, am I on the news? What's going on? What's the future?
We're the
I'm,
star.
I'm playing around, but really not. What is the future? You know what? Honestly, that's like asking a child, and mind you, you're gonna pinch me if I was sitting next to you. But me and you, we go together real bad, like Carisha, please, right? um, that's like asking a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? So I'm going to set a boundary with that question. What is the future for me? The future is what I want it to be. Like I could rack my brain like, oh, I'm going to be working on this. No, because life is so fluid. I could tell you everything what the future is, and then tomorrow I move to Costa Rica and live in a tent. In short, though, I want to continue to create safe spaces where people can literally tap into who they truly want to be and who they are without worrying about judgment. I want to continue to help people to see their gifts. A lot of times I can see people's gifts and, oh, you're a coach, or you know what, you need to be working with kids to help them decompress from being adopted, whatever the case may be. I have a gifting to where I could already see that before the person. And I think a lot of us have gifts, but we're not brave enough, or we struggle with the courage to articulate what we're thinking because we're so worried about what the other person is going to think or perceive. And that, my friend, is called being in your own way and not just releasing. So the future for me is to continue to do what I'm doing and just be open to continued growth. I know that doesn't answer your question, but the old me would have gave you this textbook answer with all the things, and I'm not doing that right now. Yeah.
No, highly respected. I feel you. So I love the answer because it gives perspective into your window. Like, we are all different. We all have different lifestyles and growth spurts and areas
Yeah.
of where we're growing. So I appreciate that honesty.
Yeah.
I do want to get some more out of you though about what you're going to bring to the garden party because
Yeah,
we
let's
have
do
some.
it.
Yes, was it yesterday or the day before? So our sponsor, I have to shout her out, Mrs. Ernest Cummings, one of our
Mm-hmm.
other corporate sponsors, and LaShana is also one of our sponsors as well. We have so much support in this community, and Mrs. Ernest meets people all over, and she brought in like 10 women in one day just
Mm.
to come to this event. And so I'm just like watching these tickets go, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I
That's so
get the phone call.
awesome.
I love it so much. And this is what community is about because these are women who want that connection, that growth, and they understand that, in order for us to thrive, we have to do things together. And
Yep.
I want to hear what people are going to receive from you at the garden
Mm-hmm.
party. What do you have planned?
Yeah, so I'm going to be up on the earlier part of the day because when it comes to mental momentum, mindset shift, and mental health, you have to set the foundation and the stage early on. A lot of times when people come to events, they're in their head, they're wondering, should they be there? Who am I going to talk to? Is my lash on right? Thinking about all the things, and I just want to release all of those walls. And so the theme of what I'm going to be supporting is unearthing to the elevated version of yourself. And I intentionally use the word earth because of the theme of the garden party, Seed to Success. And so I'm going to have a sound bowl and we're going to do some sound bowl meditation. It's a high vibrational sound. Um, and I'm going to, as of right now, I'm going to bring the crown chakra sound bowl. We're always in here thinking and doing all the things. And when I think about the event, we get to be grounded, feel the dirt, really plant the seeds of who you're becoming and intentionally and, the whole nine. And so we'll start with that. And then honestly, I usually go with my gut. So that's the first phase. In the second phase, I'll have to see and feel the energy to see what the people need.
I love that. And I've heard you speak before, so I know it's going to be powerful one way or the other. So you all are going to have to see for yourself. And also, connect with LaShana. LaShana, I know there's so many things that you do as far as like supporting people. You've listed some things already. How do you support people right now? If someone was to reach out today, what do they need to do in order to get your support?
Yeah, so I do one-on-one business therapy and mindset coaching, and I'm launching a 4 to 6 week confidence group incubator. And that is going to be where someone, yes, they want one-on-one, but it's more so because they're more introverted, and I'm not going to say they struggle with group settings, but group settings is a new area that they need to grow in. That's why I'm making an intentional small group. Because number one-on-one is cool, but imagine when you can have 5 or 6 different people who have different perspectives, different backgrounds. That relatability and that vicarious learning is so powerful. I know you know this. You have a community. So in order to learn about any of those opportunities, in addition to all the live events that I have at Pop Up and Create, my multi-purpose content creation studio in Marietta, all you have to do is book a complimentary breakthrough call, and you can do that 2 ways: on my website, MissWestCreativeCoach.com, or DMing the word breakthrough on Instagram. You'll get a link and you can sign up. And that's where we'll have a quick chat to see what is the best level of support, if any at all. Because, when I have my calls, it's for them to assess if I'm a good fit and for me to assess if they are a good fit as well. And then we meet in the middle to see what that could look like. Yeah, it's Miss West Creative Coach, actually.
I'm going to have to correct that. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but they're doing a lot of lawn care in the yard.
Just a little bit.
Ah, okay.
It's
The
not
window
bad
is open.
though. It's
Okay,
not
so
bad.
Miss West Creative Coach. I'm going to let her ride for a second. Y'all let me know if it's too much.
Thank
Um,
you.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back up because I have been at Pop Up and Create. I have seen what you've done. You have, in my opinion, done a fabulous job of just putting in these beautiful touches of aesthetics and different themed rooms so people can come in and take photos and have podcasts and do workshops. I've done a workshop there before with the community and
We gotta have
had
you back.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like we
I'm
were
just
talking
rolling
about
out this. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I want to hear it.
We just rolled out workshop Wednesdays. You can host a 2-hour complimentary workshop for your community.
It was annoying me, y'all. Okay, good. So I'm glad you were able to announce that because I want people in community, especially if you're in Atlanta or in the surrounding areas. Like this is one of the best places that I've been in and that I've been connected to because LaShana is so, look, y'all, she's a bomb. So it's good to have people in your circle like LaShana, but also she provides this event like multi-purpose type space where you can have different forms of events. And I think community has really been the theme for a lot of people for the last few years. And it's become more important as we grow, especially in our business. So I appreciate what you're doing because, if you have a community, you guys reach out to LaShana, have your events at Pop Up and Create. And also while you have your events, the best part is that you have her and her expertise in mindset, in therapy. We always talk about that, right? Community is therapy, but you have someone that's right at your, right next to you that you can talk to and you can get advice from. I really appreciate the opportunity to know LaShana. So guys, make sure you connect. And also there was one more thing I wanted to go over because we're doing the garden party on April 12th. I want to make sure you guys register for that. And LaShana's going to be doing some special things there. She already described. I've never done sound bowl healing. Never in my life.
You haven't?
Never done sound bowl healing.
Oh,
And
wow.
y'all,
You're going to love it.
When you said it, I was like, and then, so here's what I love because, and this is what I want to emphasize before we get off. And I want you guys to also be able to go to her website. When we get off, we're going to drop some more links and also the links to the event. If you're in Atlanta, that you can go ahead and see LaShana in person if you can't make it to her event space beforehand. But listen, I have been to a few of your events, LaShana, and every time I experience something new. every time.
Mhm.
The last time I had like a Reiki hypnosis session, and y'all, they took me in the basement. I saw stuff. I was like, oh, my life has changed
What
because,
basement?
well, you know, it's like a hypnosis, and it's like they go through a
Oh,
description.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, what? Okay,
Y'all,
I'm
listen, you have to experience it for
literal.
yourself. Don't let me turn y'all off.
Who'd
Going
you
in the
do
basement.
Wait. Who'd you do Reiki with?
I can't remember her name. I have her card. I'll
Amber?
tag her. I think she was brown skin, dread, sister locks, and then she had like the crown, and it was at the
Oh, at
event right
the
before the conference.
vendor summit. Got you. Okay, yes. You know what? I haven't did that with her. I think I'm gonna book an appointment with her. The biggest thing is because I'm gonna be honest with you, really quick. My daughter exposed me to spirituality and the holistic approach to healing. She's 22 years old. She tapped in at 19. I was a traditional mental health therapist, do all the things, and her finding that lane for herself by me being a supportive parent, I would say awakened something in me that was dormant, that I was suppressing, that I didn't have the courage to not the courage to bring out. I would say the self-awareness to bring to birth. And by me being an open parent, here we are.
I love that, and I love watching you with your daughter too. It just shows, you know, that relationships are everything, like the connections you create, and we can learn from each other. Not doesn't matter the age, like, and she's so
No,
pretty. She's
thank
so
you so much.
beautiful.
Thank you.
So hopefully she comes too. I hope she just slides through because we need the energy. We need the good
Yeah,
vibes.
I'm gonna see if we can make that happen.
Yeah. So now we're going to start wrapping it up, guys. Make sure that you all visit LaShana's website, connect with her. She's all over the social media and also at the garden party and at any event she's speaking at because she's all over Atlanta and probably other states too. And make sure you get your lashes. But and hopefully you bring some of those to the garden party. But I just want to just any final words that you have for the audience that they can leave with, any words of encouragement.
Well, I want to thank you for coming up with an innovative way to have others connect her to win. Shameless plug. Um, you see the typical events all the same. And this one is very outside the box, very innovative, and very refreshing. So I'm proud of you for seeing what the gap was and filling the gap. And what I will share with anyone who's viewing, whether you're here in Atlanta or not, if you're in an area that doesn't have what you need, I want you to create your own table. I'm not going to go and expound on it, whatever that looks like for you. I don't care if you're meeting at a library, meeting at a Starbucks, or creating a Facebook group. You can create whatever you feel that you need. So we can't complain or ruminate in what is not happening. We have to take our power back and make it happen, right? Do it now. So I don't know who that was for. If that was for you, whether you're here live on the replay, just put me in the comments. That lets me know that I reached you. But that was a download that I just got.
Thank you. I'll receive it if nobody else will. I felt that in my spirit. I felt it in the bottom of my stomach, y'all. And I love that so much because it's just such a great reminder that we can do anything. And so thank you, LaShana. You are just absolutely amazing. Thank you for the encouragement, the support, because, you know, I don't always know if it resonates, but it's good to hear, you know, that it's rewarding to someone. And we're going to come back, y'all. Make sure you tell all your friends about these events we're having. Tell
Yeah.
everyone about what you guys are learning here and share this video because it is evergreen. I think they're keeping up for like 30 days, but share it to your friends, share it to people that you know that need to hear these words of encouragement. Thank you, LaShana. Have a great night.
Awesome.
See
You
you guys
too.
later.
Bye, guys.